Hey guys, it's Willie. Today I want to do a bit of a different video from my normal stock analysis videos. Today I want to talk about the acquirer's multiple some more, and I want to go over kind of what I do in my own portfolio. I think that is something that you guys should know, especially if you are listening and watching my stock analysis videos. I think you guys should be aware of what I do in my own personal portfolio, and you guys can, it's just transparency, in the interest of transparency and, presenting different ways of investing, because the acquirer's multiple is very different from that we're looking at in the analysis videos and going through the numbers and everything, whereas the acquirer's multiple is just a mathematical formula. But I wanted to go through this because I'm rebalancing my portfolio tomorrow. I usually try to do this around the first of every month, but I did not get to it on the 1st, so I'm going to do it on the next available trading day, which is tomorrow, the 5th. So let me walk you through this and kind of go through what I'm going to do tomorrow. Some of this I've already done, but I'm going to run through this really quickly. The acquirersmultiple.com is where you would go first. If you've ever used the magic formula, it's very similar. I think is it the magicformula.com or magicformulainvesting.com is the one you go to for that. I use that in a different portfolio. The acquirer's multiple is the one I use in my IRA portfolio. It's the one that I take the most care in and rebalance the most often because it's tax advantaged. In my taxable account, I use the magic formula there because it's more tax efficient rather than rebalancing the acquirer's multiple every month. Anyway, the acquirersmultiple.com, this is where you start, and it'll bring you to this page, and you click See Stocks. Now, once you click See Stocks, it will take you somewhere like this, and this one is the free one. These do cost you money, but really I don't think you see, I don't recall there being a higher return on the other sort of screeners. I think the large cap is what everybody would be looking for. So you'll click the large cap like I just did, and you'll come to this. Now, if you don't have an account with, the acquirer's multiple, you'll have to create an account. It's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. I just gave them my email. They do send me some emails every so often on like the stocks that are in the screener that are coming up, and some different interesting articles. And actually they are interesting articles. They're not ones that are just like spam crap that they just send you and they're like, oh, please read this, blah, blah. And it turns out it's just like a sponsored post or something that they're getting money for. These are actually valuable, well-researched articles. I really like them. But anyway, you'll come to this. This really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I don't really care what any of this says. You can go through. I think the larger the bubble, the larger the market cap, and the greener it is. Yeah, greener is cheaper. So you're looking at, this is a small company. This is a company, but it's really cheap. Or you're looking at like Charles Schwab. I think this one, you're looking at a larger company that is less cheap. And then as you go up, you're looking at these bigger and bigger companies. There's Intel, one of my personal favorites right now, from a more analytical standpoint rather than this standpoint. But yeah, anyway, this chart, don't pay any attention. I don't really care what it says. Scroll down, you'll come to a list of stocks, right? It defaults to 50 entries. I wouldn't recommend that you guys go out and, if you're going to follow this, I wouldn't recommend you buy 50. Usually what I do is select 25 and then look at these and then add the next 5 to do the 30. The top 30 is usually what I do. I feel like that's a nice number. I feel like that's not too much and that's not too few. I feel like it's good. You can print this out. You can export it to Excel, however you guys want to manipulate it. So once you have this list, this being your cheapest stock in the acquirer's multiple, on down to your less cheap. And there is more information in this chart. If you scroll over, there's other information what the acquirer's multiple actually is, free cash flow yield, ROA, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And it's lots of information, enterprise value, market cap, dividend yield, all that sort of stuff, if you guys are interested. Personally, I don't care. I'm here for the list. So from this list, I move this over into my spreadsheet that I've made in Google Docs, or Google Drive, Google Sheets, Google Drive, whatever, in Google. You know what I'm talking about. So I just copy it on over, and I have my 30 here. Let me full screen it so you guys can see more of this at one time. So up here, I've kind of got my balance. This I subtract out because I have an extra position in the IRA with Alibaba. I make that kind of my exception. I give myself one extra position in the IRA to kind of play with. It just gives me something extra to do. Otherwise, I would get bored. Anyway, so Google Finance Formula will pull in the price for you using these tickers. And then I use, balance minus my Alibaba gives me the amount of money that I can split between the shares in the acquirer's multiple. I split them evenly. That's what this formula is for here. So that tells me about how much money I can put in per stock. And then I calculate, based on that, how many shares can I buy at the current price. And then that tells me my total amount. And then I add it all up and I make sure that this number is not higher than my total balance, which is not. It leaves me $461.60 left over after I buy everything. And then I've also got this chart kind of doing its thing over here. I'll make it a little bit bigger. It might be a little easier to see for you guys. But this is just kind of looking at it and saying, okay, do all of those slices look relatively even? And I'm noticing that they do not. Some of them are like 3.5%, and then some of them are like 2.8, 2.9% of the portfolio, 2.5. WLK is 2.5. Yeah, that's a bit low. I feel like I said, and I make usual. I do make some adjustments if I feel like I can just buy an extra share and kind of even that out. Then I should do so. And I will do so with quite a few of them. If I say, well, I'll just bump it up one more, it doesn't send you over the top too much over that even percentage. It gets you closer. Say the even percentage, I'm 0.1% above that. Okay, we can do that. But so this basically tells me what my portfolio is going to be like. So these are the tickers. These are the number of shares that I'm going to have. So basically I go from here, I take this information and I adjust my portfolio to where it looks like this. It doesn't get more complicated than that. So if it is not in this list, I sell it. If it is in this list and I don't have it, I buy it. If it is in this list and I own it, I make sure that I own the correct number of shares so that it is an even portion of the portfolio. And so yeah, that's really all there is to it, and I do this once a month. That's really all there is to this sort of acquirer's multiple / magic formula. Magic formula works pretty much the same way. Just split it evenly amongst 30 different positions. This is why I like this sort of investing, because it is straightforward, easy to do. Plug it into the spreadsheet, there you go. That's what your portfolio is going to look like. It's not more complicated than that. It's pretty easy and straightforward. But yeah, that's really all I had to say. I wanted to point this out. And this is actually what my portfolio is going to look like after I get done with it tomorrow, Tuesday the 5th. This is exactly what it's going to look like after I get done with it. But I just wanted to kind of point this out, kind of do a contrasting view of what my normal videos are, that in-depth analysis. And I also wanted to be transparent and say, hey guys, this is what I do with my portfolio. Just so you guys know where I'm coming from. rather than, you know, me being real secretive about what my portfolio looks like. I'm not all about that. So anyway, there you go. That's really all I wanted to show you guys in this video. I'm planning on doing some more frequently, better than I have been here lately. Oops on that one. But I'm planning on doing some more, so I will stop the video here. I hope this information was helpful. I will catch you guys in the next one.